Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video I'll be doing the gaming review, battery drain test and the heating test of the Vivo Z1 Pro. So guys, here's the phone. This is the Vivo Z1 Pro. This is in the blue color and as you can see it looks pretty stunning. By the way guys, this phone has a 3D curve on the back unlike other phones with a 2.5D curve. Because of this 3D curve it actually makes the phone look more premium. That's something I've noticed right out of the box and failed to mention that in the unboxing video. By the way, unboxing video will be out pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. So here's the display with that punch hole design. On the left corner you have the punch hole design and most of the time it's pretty well hidden. Like this is the default wallpaper that you get right out of the box, and as you can see they've darkened the area on the left top corner so that punch hole design is completely hidden. In most cases with the right wallpaper it's well hidden as well. Anyway, this video is about the gaming review, so let's talk about that. Now Vivo has two different features which is supposed to improve your gaming experience and overall user experience as well. First, we have something called Game Center, which simply lists all the games that are installed on your phone. So this is the interface for Game Center. These are the games that are currently installed. Just two games, Asphalt 9 and PUBG. Now on the top left corner you get the CPU, GPU and temperature information, and if you go to the game data, it briefly gives you how much time you have been spending on each game and other stats. And if you want you can open these games directly from here as well. Now I've already opened the games, let me just close them all. Now once we go to settings we have something called GameCube which gives us many more options. So from here we can click this plus button and add new games, and once you are done, for each game you get different set of options. Now for Asphalt 9 there isn't anything fancy going on. You get the regular things like game assistant, background call, blocking notifications and so on. But for PUBG we get some additional features like the game countdown and 4D game vibration. So I've turned off all these features. Now before I start the gaming review itself, let's talk about my current setup. Currently room temperature in this room is 27 degrees and there is an AC running in the background at 26 degrees like all my gaming videos. And currently phone has 49% of battery left, and coming to the temperature, on the front it is about 34 degrees, at the bottom it is 34 once again, 35. On the back it is 35 degrees, at the bottom it is 34 degrees. So overall temperature of the phone is about 34 to 35 degrees both on the front and back. Now I'll start the gaming review with PUBG. Now I'm also starting this timer to see how long we played this game. And now once we open a game we get these options on the left side. By the way, you'll see this page only once, so if you want to change any of these settings you have to do it from here. So we have features like block calls, block notifications, esport mode, we can reject calls as well, 4D game vibration, disable AI button, and we can even disable 3-finger screenshot for split screen. So I'll just leave it to there and press OK. Now once that window goes you can swipe from the left side for the regular features. Once again you can block calls, block notifications and do all these crazy stuff. Now let me start the game. So only on the left side we get these extra options. On the right side it's pretty plain, and this is the interface, or this is the new control center. Now Vivo boasts a lot about this phone, especially in terms of performance. It calls it fully loaded. It comes with a Snapdragon 712 GPU which is the first in India. So gaming performance on this phone should be pretty interesting, and I'm expecting the price to be pretty aggressive as well, somewhere from 15 to 20,000 rupees. Right now I am currently set to HD graphics settings with high frame rate. So guys, currently I am playing this game at HD graphics settings with high frame rate, and visuals all look pretty good, but there is a bit of lag, like it is not very smooth. Now especially with games like this where every second is important and you need to be very aggressive, it's better to always switch to the lowest graphics settings with high frame rate. And that's what I'm gonna do in a second. So I'm switching the graphics settings now. Smooth to ultra frame rate. For a second it stuck a bit, there was a frame drop, but now everything's super fluid, everything is super smooth. So guys, as you can see everything is running pretty smoothly. I am not much of a gamer, I'll probably die the moment the enemy shows up, so as far as the gameplay goes everything is looking pretty smooth. Now about that 4D vibration, Every time we take a shot, there is a bit of vibration. It's not exactly like the Honor Play, but it's probably using the default haptic feedback engine to generate some kind of feedback. It's a nice experience. That's a lot of running. I might just die. That guy just left me. Okay, thank you. Now we're in the green zone. So guys, it's been almost 16 minutes since I've been playing this game. No enemy sighted, and currently I'm playing this game in the lowest graphics settings. Everything looks pretty cool. So far 32 alive, all my team members are alive, and not even a single encounter. Well, not face to face. And with that, I am almost dead. So guys, that was the gameplay. I have been playing PUBG for about 23 minutes. Or it's been 23 minutes since I've started playing the games. Now let's check the temperature. On the front, at the top, that's 42 degrees. That's maximum temperature. At the bottom, it is 40 degrees. On the back, it is 42 degrees once again. At the bottom, it is 38 degrees. Now the phone feels hot, but it's manageable. It's still playable. So that's after 20 minutes of gameplay, and the current battery percentage is 42%. So for approximately 20 minutes of PUBG, phone used about 7% of battery. That's kinda okay considering PUBG is a graphic intensive game. Now back to GameCube. PUBG has these two new features called Game Counter and 4D Vibration. 4D Vibration is working right out of the box, but as of now, I couldn't make Game Counter to work. Now this one also has a new feature which allows us to change our voice while talking on PUBG. So I was not able to use that feature as well. We might get it with a future update. Now let's try Asphalt 9. Now once again, every time you open a new game, you get these settings on the left side with all these options. Now that's just fantastic. So guys, this is Asphalt 9. I played about 3 games and visuals were pretty good, like really good. Especially because of that notchless design, it even feels better. And that Snapdragon 712 processor is definitely doing a pretty good job at delivering the best results. Now for the temperature, on the front it is 41 degrees, at the bottom it is 40 degrees. On the back, it's about 40 degrees, and on the back, it is 38 degrees. Now while playing PUBG, I have seen a maximum of about 42 degrees and it felt a bit hotter. With Asphalt 9, visuals were really good, there was no lag whatsoever, and the phone also didn't get all that hot. I am playing these games with an AC in the background, so these are the results. If you play in a normal room temperature, especially if you're in Hyderabad, then the phone might get even more hotter. Now I've been playing games for about 30 minutes and currently battery percentage is about 40%. So for half an hour of gameplay, phone took about 9% of battery, which is pretty good. Now just for PUBG gameplay, phone used about 7% of battery. For Asphalt 9, phone used about 2% of battery for almost 7 minutes of gameplay. So as you have seen, PUBG is very resource intensive and it does make your phone hotter and it will drain your battery much faster. Still, considering all this, you are getting pretty good battery life, and this phone also has a 5000 mAh battery. So even if you play games continuously for 3 to 4 hours, battery life shouldn't be a problem. Overall gaming experience on this phone is pretty good. I really don't have any complaints. Especially if you're a PUBG fan, then there's a lot to look forward to. Now for the final heat test. Once again, I'll reset the timer and start taking pictures continuously for 3 minutes. And once we are done, we'll check the temperature. By the way, I am doing this test right after the gaming review, and currently the phone temperature is about 40 degrees. So now I'm just trying to push the phone to its limits to see how hot it can get. I'll be taking pictures both from the front and rear cameras to make it heat or hot overall. As you can see, capturing speeds are a bit down. Usually capturing speeds are pretty good on this phone, but right now it's not super fast. Now I'll switch to the wide angle camera. Now whenever we switch the camera, capturing speeds are going up, probably because of heating issue. Now I'll take some regular photos. I'll mix in some selfies. That's pro mode. Let me take some portrait shots as well, which is once again resource intensive. Now for portrait selfies, usually taking pictures take a lot of resources and it drains battery faster. And while or before performing this test, phone had about 40% of battery. We'll also know how much the battery will drain after 3 minutes of camera usage. Right now, this is the timer. Now for regular selfies. So guys, it's been 3 minutes. Now let's check the temperature. On the front, I'm seeing a maximum of 43 degrees. Near the front camera, it's about 42, 41. So on the front, it is 44 degrees at the top. That's the maximum temperature so far. At the bottom, it is 40 degrees. On the back, it's 44 degrees. And at the bottom, it is 37, 38 degrees. So even now, phone doesn't feel all that hot. It still feels slightly warm on the front. It is still pretty usable. Now this is a settings page, and now you can clearly see that front camera with that punch hole design. But while playing games, this hole is almost completely hidden. That's mainly because the camera is in the bottom left corner and usually nothing's there at that place. So even though this phone has a notch kind of a thing, a punch hole design, that hole is not that irritating, especially while gaming. So guys, on the whole, there are no heating issues with this phone, and as you have seen, gaming performance of this phone is also pretty good. For PUBG, I would recommend you to switch to the lowest graphic settings for best visuals and for better battery life. For Asphalt 9, as you have seen, visuals have been pretty good and it doesn't consume as much battery as PUBG. By the way guys, phone currently has 37% of battery left, so phone consumed about 3% of battery for 3 minutes of camera usage. That's like intensive camera usage. I've probably taken about 200 to 300 pictures. So guys, that's the gaming review, battery drain test and the heat test of the Vivo Z1 Pro. If you have any more questions, do let us know by commenting below this video, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag AskGreedyTech on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.